it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts again, and I've got a slightly different project today. You know, every now and again I like to change things up a bit. So today I am going to be using the In the City Hostess stamp set, which is one of the sets you can only get if you are using Hostess rewards. So your order has to be £150 or more to do that. And I just thought I would have a little bit of a play, but I'm going to play on camera. So this is an enormous set. There are 60 stamps in the set, and these are they. It's probably easier to see them this way around. There's a lot of buildings that you can stamp the outline and then stamp into the middle of, and we will be doing some of that today. Some of them I haven't quite worked out what they're for yet, and I'm sure I will get there eventually. So, in fact, some of them are beginning to come into mind already. I'm going to limit myself as much as I can to just the new in colours, although I am going to add Smoky Slate and Memento Black, because I want everything in Memento Black as an outline. And then I want to have a kind of stony bit at the bottom, because we've got a stony bit. So I thought I would start with that, although I now can't find it. Oh, there we are. So we've got an outline and then an infill. Actually, I'm going to get the little A block for that. So I'm going to use the teeny weeny little A block, and this is just a tiny strip of Smoky Slate cardstock that I'm going to use for that. And all I'm going to do is just stamp along here. I'm not worried too much if it's beautifully straight, because it's just going to act as a kind of wall, I think. So I'll do the whole piece, and then I will choose the bit that looks the best, because one can. Right, so I've got my Stampin' Scrub set off to one side. I'm going to pop that away for the moment. I will be needing it back. And having found where these little bits are, now I do need to work out which way up I then need this. That way. So I'm going to bring in my Smoky Slate and see if I can, by some miracle, stamp with the camera in the way into the two-step bit of... Apparently not. Let's try it the other way up, and this is why it's quite good to have more than I need. That's better. I had it the wrong way up. This really is, I have not used these stamps at all, I promise you. I've looked at them, I've stroked them a bit, I have taken the acetate cover off them, and that's it. So you're going to be doing this with me, and I'm just realising that you're blinding you with the acetate cover probably. So we're doing it together. Oh, I like this. As ever, using the two-step stamping, I would always do the darker colour first. I should pop that there for the moment while I close that, because I don't need that. I don't think I need it for anything else. So I'll pop that back. And then, so I will choose where I'm going to cut that. This is, which one is this? This is my second size mat, and the reason I've gone for that is because I want this then to just sit at the bottom. So this is 5.5 by 3 3/4, and I'm doing it landscape because we're building a landscape. And I'm, you know, just sad like that. So, actually no, I want that. I think we might go... used to be indecisive, but now I'm really not so sure. There are so many wonderful stamps to choose from that I'm finding it difficult. So, let's go. Get the Memento out and start building. There's going to be quite a lot of cleaning along the way as I stamp and then clean, obviously. Now I should probably, I'll come back. My brain has gone. What I was going to say is what I should probably be doing, and I will when I'm doing the solid images, is get my piercing mat out, because as these are new stamps, I don't know how good they are. So yeah, I'm kind of just going for it. So there we go. Right, and let's have this building. I have no idea what some of these buildings are, so we will find out together. I know one of them is definitely looks like an ice cream shop, so I think we'll, even though today is horrible, I think we'll do a bit of, is it an ice cream shop or a patisserie? No, I think it may be a patisserie, so there we go. Yep, that's a patisserie, definitely. So you will have gathered that there is no logic with where I'm putting them, I'm just putting them. Let's have a couple of taller buildings. Yep, that should be okay. Actually, we might put, I'll come back to that taller building. I just want to have a bit of a break and put in a couple of trees, I think. Now, what you could do is do your trees and then mask and stamp round them, but as I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, I really don't have time to do that because I'm making it up as I go along. So yeah, and there are a couple of trees, so we might as well use both of them. Right, okay, so we'll now come back in with our tall building. There is actually another tall building, so we'll add that as well. This looks like a block of flats, I think. So, on the subject of Hostess rewards, remember that until the end of June, if you place an order of £300 or more, you get an extra £30 of Hostess rewards or stamping rewards. So bear that in mind, because why wouldn't you want more for your money? Right, okay, and I've worked out that if you spend £300 exactly, you get £66 in rewards because of the Hostess, extra Hostess rewards. So I've just realised I want to have some bits in the sky. So we'll have a couple of clouds, not many. It's not here and it's not now, it's there. I might have to add another couple of colours because I would quite like a sunshine. And I think it would be quite nice if the sun were yellow. So I will cheat and add a yellow, because we don't have yellow in our current ink colours. So, but what I will do is I will only add one. So I've picked up So Saffron, and somewhere I have got a piece of card that I'm using as a scrap, because what I want to do is have this in second generation and then put the centre in first generation, because that way I can get away with only adding one extra colour. There we are. So pop that away before I pop my fist in it. Right, okay, so now we can start putting some colour in by building our houses up. So I'm going to start actually with the shop, because the shop has 2 pieces to it, so 2 extra pieces. So I'm going to use Berry Burst for the main colour, because I can, and then Powder Pink for the extra colour. And this is where we'll find out how good the stamps are. They are brilliant, because I don't have to add the piercing mat, although as I say, I would probably start by adding the piercing mat. Remember, I have got a whole pack of grid paper here, so that does help. Right, now I did find that piece. Right, so there's going to be a lot of opening and closing, I think. I don't have the courage of my convictions to leave them open and not put my hand in them. So this is... Can you see that? I've totally realised, can you actually see what I'm doing? Just about. I'll move everything up a bit. So yes, there we are. Hopefully you can see that. So we've got the two colours, which is really pretty. So pop that back. Let's find another building that I've got. Let's try that one. Yep, got that. No, that's that one. Right. Okay, so we're going to have this one in pink. And they're very kind of cartoony. They're not meant to be obviously lifelike, clearly, because clearly they aren't. Right, and somewhere there should be, there we are, tiles. And this I'm going to bring back in my scrap. Let's pop that to one side and bring Berry Burst back in, because I'm going to have Berry Burst 2nd generation tiles. Because it's my town and that's what I want. There we go. And it goes there. And let's find the little house. Is that the house? Yes, that's the house. And I think again 2nd generation Berry Burst. Ooh, there's just one area that's better. I haven't been inking it up properly. There we go. Oh, I like my pink town. Let's pop that away for the moment and bring in... Actually, I might have all of this area in pink and then go a bit darker over here. So I need my tall building, which is this one. So I'm going to need it longer. So I'll do this one in powder pink. There we are. And then we'll have a Berry Burst roof. And again, we've got tiles on our roof. So here we go. So yes, so make the most of the new stamping rewards. The extra stamping rewards, I should say. If your order isn't big enough to get your own rewards, there is a way of getting a share in rewards, which is to use my monthly Hostess Code, which I will make sure is in the link below, but it's AV, so Alpha Victor Romeo Foxtrot 9 Mike Juliet uniform. Yes, Hurrah! Phonetic alphabet, I have remembered it. So yes, if you oh, there's doors as well. I've just realised there are doors. Are there doors on all the houses? I mean, I know there are doors on all the houses. Are there doors for all the houses, I think is what I'm trying to say. There are. Ooh, we'll have fun with that in a minute. So yes, you can use my Hostess code, and then at the end of the month, when I know how much we've got as a group, I then buy bits to send out to everyone who's used the code as a sort of thank you. So, and I always send out the whole code. I don't keep any for me. So, so yes, make the most of that, because it's a way of you getting Hostess rewards if you haven't actually got enough to do your own. So I like to share the love. Right, so I'm going to use Tranquil Tide, and sorry, this is getting to be quite a long video because we're doing it on the fly and there's an awful lot of stamping. There we go, but we're nearly there. We are nearly there. So I was going to go darker this side, wasn't I? So let's grab the tall building. The one thing you do have to remember with these longer, thinner ones is to put them on the block without twisting them. So just bear that in mind. Right, this is definitely going to be an interesting one to get lined up. But we've done it, more or less, on the basis that it doesn't line up perfectly anyway. And then I think we'll come back in with Tranquil Tide for the last building. And then we can put it all together because we're nearly there. This is the last building. I think I might stamp that off. And again, not bad, bearing in mind that A, I'm on camera, and B, it's quite a long piece. Right, okay, so having found the door, I've now lost it again. In fact, there's one that's got two doors, so let's do that first, which is that one, and I'll bring back in the lemon lime twist. And pop that there. And then I just need to find the one door, which is there. And I think we might go for everyone having to have a lemon lime twist door. There are some places where you are required to have a particular colour, and I think we'll make that the case here. Right, now I just want to work out what that is. Oh, that's to do with that. Okay, which we haven't used, so that's all right. Right, okay, so the only other thing to do is to do our clouds. I only want those to be pale. I don't want them to be, you know, nasty, big black grey clouds. So again, I'm going to stamp off so that they're a colour without being dark clouds. Just so that they come off the page a bit more. So that's that one. Right, okay, So the only other thing that I want to do is put a bit of a sentiment. So what should we have? Thank you for letting us visit. Welcome to our block. Hope it's a wonderful day in your neighbourhood, I think we might do. Or is, will we? No, that's a bit long. Happy for you. It's a bit of a cop-out, but let's do happy for you. Right, I need a slither of cardstock, which is always easy because I've always got offcuts. So I'm actually going to pop that down and pick it up again, because then there's some vague hope it might be straight. Ooh, and the berry burst again. So you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Happy for you. And then, right, what else do I want? That's probably all I want. Right, okay, so let's build it. A pair of scissors would be helpful, which are somewhere buried on my desk. There we are, literally buried on my desk. So I'm just going to snip that out and flag the end. Lovely. And I'll pop that there. Now what I want is, actually going to just take my Stampin' Right marker, and this is in the berry burst, and I'm just going to run it gently around the edge, just so that there's a bit of a difference. Here we are, and it just gives that little pop without having to add anything extra. Now this is actually a fresh fig base. Don't need that anymore, so let's scoop those off. Don't need that anymore. So, bone folder, always a good idea. So this is going to pop here, and then we'll have our strip running there. Do I want it running off? I think I might actually have it running off the side. Right, okay. Procrastination over. Let's pop it together, because we're now at 23 minutes, for crying out loud. That's ridiculous. I do apologise. So, things to remember. Hostess Code will be linked below, and we've already spoken about that. It's always on my website as well. And extra stamping rewards. Actually, I'll just pop some glue here. Extra stamping rewards. So if your order's over £300 until the end of June, you get an extra £30 of rewards. If you want to see more of these videos, and I promise they aren't normally this long, if you want to see more of these videos, then hit the subscribe button. And once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. So the more people who subscribe, the sooner we'll get there. And if you remember, those of you who've been with me, I did a giveaway at 500. And now I'm going to do a giveaway at 1,000. So I'm at just under 900 at the moment, so we're getting there. And I'm just going to get some dimensionals. And I'll use the edge strip. So that should be sufficient. If you want the dimensions of this, then pop over to my blog. The link to this post is below. I think that's probably everything to say. except thank you very much for persevering to the end, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and I will be back with some more videos very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.